Now I'm going to talk about the work that we did on Tuesday. And it was all about feelings. You had to choose somebody's point of view and say how they felt about the thing you're trying to describe. So I've started a list and I thought I'd model my thinking and help you to write your list. So I decided to go for my own feelings about teaching my brother to ride because I knew them the best. And the first thing I wrote down was I felt sorry for him. He didn't have anyone to teach him except me. So I guess I must have felt responsible as his big sister. Now looking at my list for Monday, he didn't really listen. And how did I feel? I felt frustrated, absolutely. But when he fell off his bike, I was very protective of him. It was a hard tarmac drive, and the only person to give him first aid was me. Sometimes it didn't work. Sometimes he didn't listen, sometimes he couldn't get it. And so I didn't feel very keen to carry on. Sometimes I felt, this is a good word to use, disheartened. Okay? Dis prefix means that I wasn't heartened. I wasn't full of joy. I was disheartened, and so was he. However, as he got going, I felt better about things. What could I write better? I felt more positive, I think, and I think he did too. When he finally got to ride his bike, I was so pleased and happy. Now, what could I write for pleased and happy? Because I use those words a lot. I think I might be overjoyed. Overjoyed. So full of joy. And I was delighted at the end because he could ride and I got a new bike. Well, those were my first ideas, and now I have a list. But what I need to do now is have a better choice of words. I've only got one word for each feeling, so I'm going to have a bit of a think. If you have a thesaurus, a book that tells you words for other words, brilliant, use it. You can get an app online. I'm going to use my brain thesaurus, but here's some ideas, and you can magpie them if you wish. So, the first thing was I felt sorry for him, so I'm going to write sorry. Not sorry as in, I'm sorry I did that, but sorry as in, I felt pity for him. Okay, there's a word. I felt pity. Bit formal. Let's think of some other things. I felt sometimes upset for him because he fell off his bike. I felt concerned. That's a better word, concerned, when he did fall off his bike. I suppose I felt a bit of sympathy. Now I've got 4 choices. I could use any one of these words in my poem, or I might go back to my original one, but at least I have the choice. Let's pick another one. Oh, frustrated. Yes, I definitely felt that, and so did he. Frustrated, meaning, oh my goodness, why can't I do it? I'm going to use a prefix for this one I used before. I'm going to use that word disheartened. I wasn't full of heart, full of joy. I was disheartened. I wonder if there's other words I could use with dis as a prefix. Discouraged. Discouraged, having no courage. No courage at all. And this one I often use. Disappointed. Disappointed. He was disappointed, I was disappointed. There we go. Here's an extra one that I had to look up on my thesaurus. It means frustrated. Quite a good one. Thwarted. Let's pick a few more. How about when I felt protective? I'm going to write protective. That was my first idea. what other words could mean protective and would fit into this writing. I felt that I had to be careful of my brother. I had to be watchful, because if he wobbled too much, he might have fallen out, and I had to look after him. Another word for watchful, which again I looked up in my thesaurus, is this. I felt vigilant, always being on the watch, just in case he fell off. Okay, let's do a couple more. You don't need to do it for every word that you think of, but the more words, the better. I like that word, overjoyed. Overjoyed when my brother could ride a bike. I was absolutely delighted. Delighted he could ride. That's a good one. I'm going to use a word that means delighted, but you might not have heard of it. And it's elated. That means so full of happiness that you're fit to burst. Here's another one beginning with E. I was ecstatic. Absolutely over the moon. This one you might have heard of. I was thrilled, and he was thrilled too. I like that phrase, over the moon. I'm going to write a phrase as well. I was over the moon. And it's a phrase that means all these things. Absolutely so happy that I could jump over the moon.